So I just got to AZ. It is hotter than I expected. It's 10 a.m., 10:15, and it's already 97 degrees. Supposed to be 108 today. Like, honestly, it's not that bad. It's a dry heat, so it's not. I don't know. I mean, it is hot for sure, but it's not terrible. I could stand it. It's nothing like the Florida hot where you got the humidity and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm gonna really like settle in. It is Tuesday. Settle in. I'm gonna get some stuff. I'm staying at an extended stay for a week, and then just to kind of buy me some time on if I want to like plant my flag here or move on somewhere else. But really, I got a friend in town that he came in from another country. He was in Dominican Republic, and we're gonna start a business. I already got a business out here, but he wants to start another business with me, so kind of gonna figure that out. Yeah, so I'm here, Arizona. This weekend, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go to downtown Phoenix, see what it has to offer. Probably check out some of the nightlife, maybe restaurants, whatever. So that'll be coming up in my next video. I'm actually like making it a point to do something daily, to push these out daily, just to see where it goes. Like I wanted to document the whole everything. So this is what it's gonna be now. Just more consistent with it. And yeah, so in the last video, I mentioned I'm a LA Clippers fan, big basketball fan. My whole life, I played ball in college, high school, everything like that, and now I'm just a fan, just a big fan of the LA Clippers. The reason I wanted to talk about how I became a Clippers fan is because this channel is going to be kind of documenting my life and journey and whatnot. What is one of my things on my bucket list is the sitting courtside at the Clippers games. So you'll see me sitting courtside at the Clippers games one of these days. So a lot of this content will be revolving around going to LA, flying in or driving to Inglewood and Intuit Dome, where the Clippers arena is at now, and in and around that area. So a lot of the content is going to be surrounding that, and so just kind of for that reason of going to LA Clippers games. So sort of like backtrack on that, the way I became a Clippers fan was back in the day. So I became a basketball fan in the mid 90s, and I actually became a football fan too. So the Raiders were in LA at that time. That's another story. So I became a Raiders fan when they were in LA, whatever. But for the Clippers, it was always the Lakers or the Clippers for people in Southern California. And obviously more people were fans of the Lakers because they were the franchise that had, way more championships. We don't have any at the time in 2025. But Lakers were just coming off of the the era with Magic, the Showtime Lakers, Worthy, Kareem, all of them, and it was the early '90s, early mid '90s, and you had Van Axel, you had Eldon Campbell. This wasn't quite Shaq and Kobe yet, and guys like Anthony Peeler. You had kind of guys who were just Sedale Threat. Like you had these guys who were real Lakers fan. Like you had to be a diehard Lakers fan to be fans of those teams, because what they had kind of become in between those two eras, the Showtime era and the Shaq and Kobe era. But the thing with the Lakers is they were always the big ticket in town. So even in that era, the Great Western Forum games were expensive, and so we would, during that era, the Clippers, they were maybe there was a couple eras where the Clippers made the playoffs before the Lob City era is where they kind of started turning it around. But before that, in the mid '90s, it was extremely cheap to get in, and so I went to one Clippers game, and I was like, "Wow, this is cool." I'm a root for the underdog. They were the doormat of the league, so I'm like, "Cool." I'm a root for the game. I'm a root for the Clippers. They were also on TV, so at that time, I was not a Lakers or Clippers fan. I was a Michael Jordan fan. Like pretty much every kid who was interested in basketball in the 90s was, pretty much. So you had, obviously he was in the midst of the three-peat, and, well, he was, okay, so this was like when he came back from baseball. So it was like that era. So I saw the whole second three-peat like as a fan, and it was just I was a huge Michael Jordan fan. Would watch them when they were on WGN locally, and would be able to catch some of the games. That extended itself to watching the Lakers games and the Clippers games, and on various networks. So I just took a liking to watching the Clippers, because I guess I went against the grain, pretty much. And then Shaq and Kobe came, and I saw a lot of people like around my age at the time. They really, really took, they got interested in basketball. They started liking the Lakers. All the while I was already a basketball fan. And so it kind of turned me off to liking the Lakers even more, because it was kind of like, oh, now you're a basketball fan sort of thing. Which, I mean, is that's how waves and of fans and stuff, it always goes. That cycle always goes. But I just stuck with the Clippers, and during the Eric Piatkowski, Maurice Taylor, you had just random Bo Outlaw. You had these random eras, and where it was tough to watch the team. Then they had the Michael Olowokandi days. They had Keith Kloss. These were tough times as a fan, but they were always kind of my second favorite team. Then Michael Jordan retired, and then I was a big Kevin Garnett fan. But soon did I realize that these players are gonna retire, and so you can follow, and it's kind of like you see it now with LeBron. You see it now with the Kobe era. You see it now with a lot of these people, is where they follow the player, and then after that player retires, it's like, oh, now I gotta find a new player, or I'm not interested anymore, or whatever the case. So I kind of saw that very, very early, and that's when I was like, you know what, Clippers are my team. I've always rocked with them, but being a fan of of Michael Jordan, then to KG, I was like, you know what? Let me really rock with the Clippers because, that's the team I was rocking with already. But let me, be a real fan. That's when I started going to games, like buying my own. So now I'm like, at this time, I'm like in high school when I'm like, this is my team. And then, you had you had a couple of different eras, and then you had the Lob City era. Really Eric Gordon, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, they get drafted by the Clippers. Eric Bledsoe, that was an exciting era. Then there's a trade that brings Chris Paul. Then it would kind of turn the franchise around. Then you had guys like JJ Redick, Jamal Crawford. So now it was like a fringe championship contending team. So now you had like hopes of doing that and making deep playoff runs. Then the era with Kawhi, Kawhi signs, that was a big thing. Kawhi and Paul George decide they want to come to the Clippers, which was never a thing. Like no, top tier all-star ever, especially someone who just won the NBA Finals MVP. No one ever did that for the Clippers. So they kind of turned the luck of the franchise. You had the Donald Sterling era. That turned around when Steve Ballmer became, and he's the richest owner in sports. So, it's all like turning, as far as like the doormat of sports, it's become like a destination. And it's only time, like, they're making very sound decisions today they haven't signed, at the time of making this video, they haven't signed Bradley Beal because he hasn't been waived, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So now you got like multiple all-stars that are trying to re-sign and sign and go to the Clippers, and they have the best facilities in the league. So yeah, I say all that to say I wanted to really touch on this in a video because a lot of my content in the future will revolve around going to Clippers games, going to hotels and restaurants around Intuit Dome and Inglewood, and even close by at Santa Monica. And it's all kind of because I'm a fan of the Clippers and I want to be in and around that area, and try different spots and try different things, so that wherever I'm at, I enjoy to travel. Wherever I'm at, I can kind of go back and to somewhere that feels like home and have things that I can go back to and experience that are familiar and have that nostalgic feeling back home in Southern California. So yeah, so I just kind of wanted to preface, what's to come with that by, they're gonna be like, why is this guy always watching or going to Inglewood and going to LA and trying stuff in LA or Inglewood area. And yeah, it's because I'm a Clippers fan, so that was my little spiel. Again, I'm in Scottsdale, about to do a Waymo ride, so check that out. I've never done a Waymo ride, so I'm gonna call a Waymo, go to the mall, and hopefully I make it. So we'll see.